Hola, ¿cómo están todos? Welcome to my lovely blue bubble. So this was a video that I had been planning to do for a while. Maybe not this style specifically, but I've been wanting to put together a compilation of videos going behind the scenes with me about some mini photo shoots that I want to do for my birthday, which is August 1st. Um, sorry, I always find it difficult to like chit chat while I'm doing something at the same time. So, thumbs up to you girls. Shout out to all of you who consistently do these get ready with me slash chit chat videos because I swear I have the hardest mother freaking time trying to perfect my makeup and stay focused on what I'm talking about at the same time. So, but anyhow, I've been wanting to do a behind the scenes look at my birthday photo shoot. And basically, every look that I'm putting together is going to be a reflection of something about me that you probably don't know unless you've grown up with me or, you've been friends with me for a few years now. You're probably not going to know these things about me. And so I just figured it would be kind of interesting to do. It might even be a little bit therapeutic. I don't know. If nothing else, I hope that you get to know me a little bit better and maybe it'll, I don't know, help you see things in a different light or get through some things that you may be going through. Whatever. The lighting isn't going to be all that great because it is nighttime and I typically don't do nighttime videos. But like I said, I was planning to do this video, but I wasn't really planning on doing it tonight. It was just kind of one of those spur of the moment type of things. And I wanted to do it because I'm the type of person where, sit up. Don't be a jerk. Oh, te odio. Sit up. Sit up. Quédate ahí. I'm one of those people where if I'm inspired to do something, it's better for me to at least get the ball rolling on it while I feel some type of motivation to do it. Otherwise, I probably will never do it. And my birthday probably would have rolled around and I would have never even taken one photo. So I was like, you know what? I don't have anything really to be doing right now, except for maybe eating dinner. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a behind the scenes with me. So yeah, that was a lot of blabbering for no mother freaking reason. I like to explain myself. So, I explain a lot. I talk a lot. Sorry. So anyhow, I don't really know what I'm going to call this look yet. Don't have a title for it yet. But basically the significance behind it is obviously you see there's a dark side here with lots of glitter. But there's the dark eye and then there's a lighter eye. And so basically a lot of the things that we go through, many of the things we go through, can be reflected through different forms of art. And I'm a very artsy fartsy type of gal. So I wanted to use this look as a backdrop for, I guess, a little story that when I first started my YouTube page, I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to discuss this or not because, we all go through personal things. Nothing makes me more special than anybody else. Honestly, it might, oops. It may even be one of those things where no one really needs to know, or maybe they do need to know, or maybe they don't need to know, but it could help them. So, about, it was actually a long time ago. It was 10 years ago. This year, 10 years ago, this year. So in 2007, I had started to, and of course I'm talking more, so I'm doing less with my face. I'm supposed to be getting ready and talking to you at the same time. But anyhow, in 2007, I had met this guy. I'm not going to mention his name. It's not really worth mentioning, but I had met this guy. I had actually been working with him and I found out after the first year of working with him that he liked me through a few other coworkers. And around 2007, before we had gotten together, and I'll try my best to not jump around, but like I said, it's so hard to focus. Okay. So I had been not necessarily dating a guy at this time because we lived so far apart. He lived in one state, I lived in another, and it just didn't, it got to the point where we were arguing a lot. And so I just never made it official with this guy, but we were talking, whatever that means. We were talking. I wasn't making myself available to other guys. He wasn't making himself available to other girls. So, thus, we were talking. Okay? And it got to the point, I remember it was around New Year's of 2007, I decided I couldn't take this crap anymore. Like, I don't even live near this guy. We don't get to do an experience. And I don't mean to downplay anyone who has a long distance relationship. So please don't take this the wrong way. This is just how I felt. It didn't make sense to me to not be able to be around the person that I cared for and that I was setting myself aside for. And we're not able to experience a relationship to the full extent that we weren't able to express ourselves towards one another and experience the same things as a couple who lives in the same state, in the same city. They get to see each other every day. A lot of our interactions was obviously over the phone and over internet because we don't live near each other. And it just, we were arguing about the dumbest things. Excuse me, why am I always belching? I feel like every time I'm making a video, I'm belching. I'm sorry. So anyhow, it got to the point where we were arguing about a lot of stupid stuff. And this relationship, if that's what you want to call it, lasted for about 2 years, more or less. And everyone kept telling us the same things, like, Mika, it doesn't make sense. You guys are arguing more than you're getting along, and you guys live so far from each other. Maybe you guys should go see other people who are closer to you and see how that works out. If it turns out you guys can't get each other off of the other person's mind, then maybe you guys were meant to try to stick together and work it out. But by the way things are looking, you guys are just not doing very good. And this is not what they were saying verbatim, but more or less that's what everybody kept saying. And I was like, I think it came down to the fact that I was just scared to be alone. And he was the first guy in a long time who had shown me some genuine, or what I felt was genuine, attention. A lot of the guys that I had been talking to and getting to know prior to meeting him, I met him on, did I meet him on Mi Gente? I don't know if I should say that. I might be telling people my age by saying this. But anyway, it was on one of the social media platforms where you make a page, you meet people, that sort of thing. Not that sort of thing. You know what I mean? You get to know people. See my face getting me in trouble. I didn't even mean anything like that. So, crap. And of course, I don't really remember why I brought that up. Oh, yeah. I had met him on one of those social media platforms. And a lot of guys... Sorry, trying to align my lips and talk at the same time. A lot of guys that I had met on the social media platform prior to him, they all seemed to more or less be about the same thing. They wanted like a hookup type of situation. And I'm not that type of girl. I've never been that type of girl. Never will be that type of girl. again, no offense if you like to meet people and, do your thing. That's you, but it just wasn't for me. And so I guess I was just intrigued at the fact that he was so interested right off the bat. It was to the point where, like, at that time in my life, I wasn't looking for anyone serious. I just wanted to have a good time, meaning I wanted to meet a lot of new people and just see where, go with the flow. Prior to meeting him, I had always had a boo jams. I had always been connected to somebody or been in a serious relationship with someone. So I really just wanted to take this time in my life to explore my options and really figure out for myself what are the characteristics in a guy that I like, what are the characteristics in a guy that I don't like. What am I looking for? What do I even want? Do I even want to be in a relationship? Do I want to get to know myself better? I was in that transition. But lo and behold, he came along, and I really liked his personality, even though I felt like he was a little on the... I don't want to offend anybody. He seemed a little sensitive for my taste. And I don't know. But other than that, he was a really sweet guy. And obviously, for the most part, I liked his personality or I wouldn't have bothered with him. Oh my God. Why does story time have to be so long with me? I don't understand. Hold up. Can I get my lip situation right and then I'll be right back? Just... Hello? Did I not press pause? Okay, howdy. So, blah, blah, blah. What was I talking about? What was I talking about? So whatever, blah, blah, blah. And, he even made me, like, he was the guy throughout this whole process who was like, look, if you're going to talk to me, you're only going to talk to me, because by you leaving the door open for other people, it's like, how do you expect to build something with me and you're still letting other people feel like they might have an opportunity with you as well? And I think this was after like maybe a few weeks of us talking and getting to know one another. Is this going to be another one of those difficult situations where I can't finish putting my face on because I have to make a certain face? The good thing is if I get mascara on this eye, it don't matter because it's already black. Anyhow, so blah, 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 whatever. I don't even think this really freaking matters anymore. But it got to the point where we were arguing. And since I knew that this other guy liked me, I was like, not necessarily going to rush into a relationship with him, but it opened up the door for me to like give him an opportunity if he decided to step to me, so to speak. And so I think he called me, actually. Did he call me or did I call him? I think he called me because he got my number from a coworker and wished me a happy new year and all that good stuff. And it just got me thinking, and I liked the short little conversation we had that day. And I thought it was sweet, again, that he reached out to me and all that whatnot. Now, let me clarify something for you. Everyone has a type. I don't necessarily have a type when it comes to guys. I like what I like. If you're cute, you're cute. If you're interesting, you're interesting. If you're smart, you're smart. If you're intellectual, like, I don't really fall for a type, so to speak. Because I think all kinds of different attributes are attractive. And I'm not just talking about physical. I'm talking about, what the dude got in his brain as well. So I don't really have a type, so to speak, but there were a lot of things about him that right up front, I wasn't like, this could be the guy for me, or, oh, I really like him. again, I was pretty young at the time, and I think if I'm going to be completely dead ass honest with myself, I think that a big part of me liked him because I knew that he liked me. That has to make sense to somebody. Now, today as an adult, as a full-blown adult, that logic doesn't really make sense to me. You have to be offering a lot more than just, I like you, I think you're cute, for me to want to have anything to do with you. But at this time in my life, I think honestly I liked him because I felt like he liked me. So it was like, I'm not necessarily trying to jump into another relationship, but again, if he stepped to me, I would be willing to see where it would go. And so several weeks or months went by or whatever, and he still had my number. So he called me up one day, and basically I could tell he was so nervous. Someone probably egged him on, like, call her, ask her out, da, da, da. And he called me, and it was pretty awkward for the first few minutes with me trying to figure out, okay, why did you call me? What do you want? And basically, he admitted that he liked me. Duh. I've known this for like 2 years. And he wanted to get to know me better and see what happened from there. And so we ended up setting up a date to go to the movies. I think my older sister and her kids came along, and he met up with us. And so I believe we had a good time. It was okay, whatever. And then we got to know each other over the course of the courting stage or whatever. Didn't notice anything necessarily wrong with him at the time. I just felt like, what are my parents watching? Mom, Dad, what are you watching? Now, he didn't exhibit any like strange behaviors right off the bat, but who does? That's how crazy people win you over, right? They appear to be normal, whatever normal is, and charming, and so you fall for them, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months later, you find out they're psycho. But you're already invested, so you're like, damn, oh my gosh, is something wrong with me? Am I psycho too for being in love with someone who's psycho? Like, super controlling guy accused me of seeing all kinds of people that just made no sense. Because of him, I actually stopped talking to my best guy friend for, I think we stopped talking for like, I want to say a good 2 or 3 years. Because supuestamente, my best guy friend, and I didn't put it past him only because my best guy friend does have a mouthpiece on him. He always has had a mouthpiece on him. If you're watching this video, you know I love you, but it's true. You got a mouth on you. And it got him in trouble a lot. So when this guy came to me saying that my best guy friend had said something inappropriate to him, I kind of sort of believed it. I mean, I asked my guy friend if he really did say this. It was a statement about me having big breasts, I guess. And this was when we were all hanging out and getting to know each other as a group, as a whole. Like, you know how you integrate your new boo jounce with your friends and vice versa, only he didn't really have any friends, but whatever. Should have thought that was strange too, right? How do you not have any friends? Like, none. Not even one. Anyway, so, he brought this up to me like maybe after like 6 months to a year of us dating, because I noticed he would always have a problem around my guy friend. And so finally, I guess we got into an argument or something, and he told me that my guy friend had made an inappropriate comment about my breasts. And I'm just thinking to myself, yo, if you really had that big of an issue with it, why would you ask me out and date me for several months to a year and then bring it up in an argument? That just doesn't make any sense. There's a difference between, oh, I didn't want to bring it up because I didn't want to start anything, and, oh, I didn't want to bring it up because in real life I'm a freaking psycho, and I just wanted to wait until you were trapped in my trap to let you know, like, I'm going to basically pick apart your life and let you know everything that I think is wrong with you, even though I'm just reflecting because I'm the one who really has an issue. This story is way too long, and I'm taking way too long to get myself together. If you watch this video, you're the real VIP, because I don't even know if I would want to watch this because of all the babbling and the lack of focus. But anyhow, yeah. So the dude was just, he was basically a psycho. He accused me of having relations with my older brother. And as you found out, if you watched my getting to know me video, like when I first started my channel, yes, I am adopted. But what the makes you think? And I understand for some people it's not that far-fetched. Some people do nasty stuff like that. But I am so, like, I don't know how to be fake for the love of me. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm very upfront. My mom used to tell me all the time, a lot of, I almost said his name. A lot of this dude and I's argument stemmed from me not knowing when to keep my mouth shut. Because I'm thinking, I want to be open and honest with him. But you can't always be open and honest with a freaking psychopath. Because they will take what you're saying and they will use it against you. And sometimes it's just better for you to just keep it to yourself. But I was always the person who just, I had to tell the truth. I had to tell the truth. And I had to, you know, I don't even know where that came from. But whatever. You know, just because I'm adopted doesn't mean that I'm... And why did I stay with him? Really, you know what? I've already talked too damn much. And if I were to tell you if I were to go into detail about every single freaking thing that this guy put me through, how many friendships he cost me, like, we would just be here forever and a half, okay? And counting, because it's just too much to tell. Half of the stuff I can't even remember. I actually have a journal of, like, every time because I ended up seeing a therapist because of him. And I have a journal of, like, a lot of the arguments that we had towards the end of our relationship and what I thought caused it. And oh my God, I still have voice messages. Why? Because I never really go through my voice messages to bother to erase anything. I need to do that because it's been a long time. And I'm sure I have threatening voice messages from him for, like, no damn reason. Just being a freaking psychopath. I talk too much. Anyway, so moving along, after much prayer, I finally came to myself and realized it was actually around my birthday, because he liked to pick and choose when he wanted to make me feel special and treat me like an actual girlfriend instead of, I don't know, instead of a criminal of some sort. And so around my birthday would be the perfect time to start arguments with me, because then it would be a good excuse to not have to do anything with me or do anything special for me, right? Come to think of it, every now and again, till this day, when I think back on what I went through with him, I'm like, you know what? This whole entire time, his butt was probably cheating on me. And that's why I got accused of cheating with Billy, Bob, Joe, and everyone else down the street. Because of him. Punching out windows to car. Oh my God, it was so embarrassing. And a lot of the neighbors, well, actually, I think I got pretty lucky, because I think a lot of the neighbors that we had at the time ended up moving. So thank God I don't have to see those people every day and deal with the fact that they saw me at my worst, because they heard everything. Every night, every morning at 3 o'clock or whatever crazy odd hour of the morning he decided to call me and start an argument. My neighbors heard it. My neighbors saw it. Oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing even just recalling some of these things. But anyway, so I finally was able to come to myself around my birthday a few years ago. I think it was in 2012 when I finally came to myself. And I was like, you know what? Because he had said something, we were on a break. But he decided he was thinking about me and wanted to call me and see what I was up to. So he, it was like a week maybe from my birthday, and he was like, oh, so your birthday's coming up soon, blah, blah, blah. I thought it was really funny that he wanted to acknowledge my birthday when he never does any other time. But anyway. And so we talked about what we've been up to, and then he was like, okay, well, I guess I'll give you a call around your birthday. And normally that would be something to make me happy, would give me something to look forward to, only to be disappointed when he didn't do it. And this time around, I remember thinking to myself, you know what, God, I don't even want him to contact me. I don't want him to contact me for anything. I don't want a happy birthday. I don't want a text. I don't want nothing from him. He can just leave me alone and get the step in, because I'm done. I'm finally done, and I know my worth, and I'm not going back to that. I'm not going back to that abusive cycle ever again. Ever again. And so, of course, I took you through the extra long way. All of that kind of plays into my life now and the kind of individual that I've come to be. I'm still working on myself, as everyone else is too. I'm not like I said before, this story doesn't make me any different from anybody else, doesn't make me any more special than anybody else. I'm just telling my experience. However, I've suffered a lot of setbacks since him and I's relationship. And I'm still playing catch up to this day, financially, career-wise, like trying to get my life together in general wise. And this look that I'm putting together right now is a huge symbol of bringing myself back to who God made me to be. Because when you get so wrapped up in somebody who is toxic and not good for you, you really do lose your vision of who you are. And so my caption, even though I don't know what the title of this look is going to be, is somewhere along the lines of whether you're facing something good or bad, rain or shine in your life, your heart has to remain golden. Because after him, I'm not even going to sit here in front like I don't have issues. As I've already previously stated, I'm still collecting myself, okay? These things really do take a toll on you. But my heart cannot become hard towards other people because of what I've been through with this one person. I've heard a lot of people, because they've been through bad experiences with guys, all of a sudden they're like, all guys are dogs and I ain't got time for that. And just all, I understand the feelings, but I don't condone the actions that stem from those feelings, because there are so many great guys out there. And I know my Roman Reigns is gonna let me stop. Stop. But I know that God is preparing a guy for me out there. And I told him after I finally came to myself, I was like, God, you know what? Until you bring me the guy that I'm supposed to be with, because I know that's the first area where I messed up. I didn't include God in the process of dating someone. And that's why I ended up in the situation that I ended up in. And I stayed in that situation because of myself, because I was foolish and I didn't understand that I deserved God's best. Not God's second best, not third best, not the worst of the worst, but the best. And so, that's where I'm at. And my heart is still golden. I'm not going to be hard or lack compassion for anybody. However, there are certain people that are not allowed in. And I told God, I said, until you bring me the guy that you have prepared for me, I want you to close my heart off to any guy who does not deserve to be here. If you come at me with the foolishness, I'm paying attention to the signs now. It's not, oh, okay, maybe he can work on that. Okay, he can work on that, but I'm not his teacher. God did not appoint me to change him. And I'm not going to stress myself out. I'm not going to spend any more time trying to change another individual who does not wish to change and wants to drag me down and everyone else that they know right along with them. I don't have time for it. I don't have time for it. You're going to go around town making me look bad because you have a freaking issue and you don't realize what you have in me? I was a good girlfriend. I was a bomb girlfriend, okay? And he made me feel like the devil himself by the way he spoke about me and spoke to me to other people. But anyway, let's see if we can get the lighting. That's so pretty. I like that. And very bright and vibrant. And this is cool too, but it's very dark, obviously. Reminds me of a person that I don't want to be ever again. So yeah, that was the long ass version of the behind the scenes of this look that I do not know the title of yet. But when I finally post it on Instagram, I will have a title. So, but you saw it first here live in action. You guys have a blessed day. And thank you for watching this video if you actually got through the whole thing. I talk a lot. All right. Bye. Be blessed.